You know, in rooms filled with billionaires and CEOs, love isn't a topic that comes up very often. In spaces where strategy, success, and numbers dominate every conversation, the idea of love almost feels out of place. But the truth is, love might be the most important thing of all. No amount of success, no matter how many companies you build or dreams you chase, can fill the emptiness of not having someone to share it with. Because deep down, we all want connection. Not just surface-level attention, but a real, life-changing bond with another human being. That's what love truly is. A connection that changes you, shapes you, and reminds you what it means to feel alive. Today, as I sit here, I realize something personal and profound. It's November 12th, the day I chose my future wife. It wasn't some grand public moment. There were no cameras or headlines. It was quiet, simple, a realization that this was the person I wanted to walk through life with, a person who made everything around me make sense. For those of you watching this, especially my female viewers, I want you to take this in deeply. Love and relationships are never simple. They're complex, messy, and often unpredictable. We've all questioned at some point if we're ready for love, or if love is ready for us. Maybe you've been hurt. Maybe you've given your heart to someone who couldn't handle it. Maybe you've built walls because trust has been broken. But here is what I've learned. Love isn't about finding the perfect person. It's about finding someone who lets you be your true self, flaws and all, and still looks at you like you're everything they've ever wanted. When I look back on the day I made that choice, it wasn't her beauty or brilliance that stood out, even though she has both. It was how she made me feel. Around her, I could be human. I could be vulnerable, uncertain, even awkward, and still be loved. Choosing a partner is one of the most important decisions we ever make. It's not something to rush. It takes time, honesty, patience, and a deep understanding of who you are and what you value. Because love isn't just about chemistry. It's about growth. The right person doesn't just fit into your life. They inspire you to become better. They remind you of your potential. They see the version of you that even you sometimes forget exists. That's what love is. Two people growing, learning, and evolving together. Over time, I realized something powerful. Love isn't a destination. It's a journey. It's not about waiting for someone to come along and complete you. It's about finding someone who will walk beside you through every storm and every sunrise. Love is built, not found. It's the daily act of choosing each other. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of perfection, believing that love should always be easy, effortless, full of passion and beauty. But real love? It's raw. It's honest. It's work. It's choosing each other even when things feel uncertain. I've made mistakes in my life. I've been consumed by ambition, distracted by the chase for success. There were times when I lost sight of what truly matters. But real love brings you back to center. It reminds you that all the achievements in the world mean little if you have no one to share them with. When I chose her, I wasn't choosing comfort. I was choosing growth. I was choosing someone who challenges me, who pushes me to think deeper, to feel more, to live fully. That's what makes a relationship real, when two people push each other to become the best version of themselves. We live in a world where it's easy to get lost chasing things. Money, power, fame. But none of it can replace love. Love is the one thing that gives meaning to all the rest. It's what gives life depth, color, and purpose. And on November 12th, that became clear to me. That's the day I chose not just a partner, but a teammate, a best friend, someone who doesn't just walk beside me when things are good, but who stands with me when life gets hard. She's not just a chapter in my story. She's part of the book itself. You see, love doesn't need to be perfect to be powerful. It just needs to be real. It's not about never arguing or always agreeing. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you're both willing to try, again and again. Love requires effort, patience, and trust. It's not something that just happens once. It's something you nurture every single day. And that's the beautiful part. The work itself becomes the reward. When two people share the same vision, when their values align, when they both see the world with hope and purpose, love becomes unstoppable. That's when it turns from emotion into commitment, from attraction into partnership. To everyone listening, maybe you haven't found that person yet. Maybe you've been waiting, wondering when it'll happen. Let me tell you this: love finds you when you're ready. When you stop searching for perfection and start being authentic. Don't rush, don't settle. When it's real, you'll feel it. Not in your mind, but in your soul. And when it happens, it won't feel like chaos. It'll feel like peace. That's how you'll know. To those who've been through heartbreak, remember this: love isn't supposed to be painless. It's meant to teach you, to shape you, to prepare you for the person who's truly meant for you. Every experience brings you closer to the kind of love that lasts. So, as I sit here thinking about November 12th, I'm filled with gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons that shaped me for the person who stood by me, and for the simple truth that love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone who makes you feel perfectly at peace. Love changes everything. It changes how you see the world. It changes how you see yourself. It makes you believe again, in hope, in connection, in the beauty of being known. So, if there's one message I want to leave you with today, it's this: don't wait for permission to love. Don't wait for everything to be perfect before you take that step. Because love isn't something you find when life is perfect. It's something that makes life worth living, even when it isn't. And on this day, November 12th, I choose love. I choose her. I choose the journey. I choose my wife. Because at the end of it all, love is not about waiting for the right moment. It's about recognizing it and having the courage to say yes. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you in the next one.